one of our favourite clubs that we do here is WQHS Radio, which is the student radio station. Say hi, Emily. This is my co-host from UCL. We're struggling. This is actually something I did back at UCL as well. What do we talk about? What do we do? What's our show about?
We just have a little catch-up. Play some music. It's great.
It's very chill. It's just like an internet radio station, so you tune in when you want. You send the links to your friends. It's fun. So we have like a mixing board. We have all this cool old equipment. We have a phone people can bring in. We have a nice view of the train tracks. It's fun. If you're stressed, we come to the studio, have a little downtime, play our favorite tunes. Thanks, Emily.
It's so hot right now.
So I'm with Gianna, who is the co-chair of Penn, which is a club I've been on all year. Do you mind us telling everyone what Penn is, what it is, what do you do?
So Penn organizes the annual LGBT Celebration Week in spring. We get a lot of different clubs under the Lambda Alliance, which is the umbrella group for LGBT organizations at Penn, and we get them to do a lot of events. We try to bring in speakers, and overall we just try to make LGBT individuals at Penn more visible to the rest of the campus, and kind of teach people about the history and issues present in our community.
So what kind of events did we put on this year?
We had like community bonding events, so that would be like movie screenings, like hangouts. Yeah, we marched through campus. There was like a news camera there, that was weird. And then we also have more like educational events. So we had like a panel of nurse practitioners talk about how like they care for LGBT patients and how that is different than like just patient care for like straight patients. We had like a self-defense workshop, and then we had like some cultural events like queering hip hop.
So why do you think particularly on Penn's campus it's important? So I'm just going to pan the camera. So this is the LGBT Center. Why do you think it's important at Penn to have like a LGBT week?
One thing is that the LGBT Center can only bring in so many people. And so Penn like helps bring in like people who never consider even going to the center, or people who don't like consider themselves to be activists or advocates. And so like it's important to bring other people into the conversation who may not necessarily like feel like they fit in the box that like the LGBT Center like provides for them.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm with Liz, who's the president of Spec Concerts, which is a club I was on this semester. So they organize a big concert for Spring Fling. And what is Spring Fling, Liz?
So Spring Fling is, we call it the biggest festival, like college festival on the East Coast. What I'm in charge of is the nighttime of Spring Fling, which happens every year. The annual concert, which is just like a really big culmination of the year.
Who were the headliners this year?
Yeah, so this year we had 4 acts, which was new for us. We normally have 2. But we had the All-American Rejects, JoJo, Sage and Gemini.
Black money always be saying amen. I'm just trying to make it clear, boy.
And Cupcake.
The headliner.
Yes, the true headliner.
And so what kind of work, so I was on ticketing committee this year, so what kind of work do you do? Like, do you have to like organize?
Obviously like booking the talent is a really huge part of it, and that's like a very long process that starts in December, should be earlier, and then goes all the way through until like March, and then the concert's in April, so like booking is a big part of it. Hospitality is also huge. Obviously when you have artists of like higher calibers, they demand a lot of things. So the production is a huge part of it, so actually like the space that we use is a field, just like a soccer field.
I'll put in some like Snapchat panos I did.
Yeah. Building out an entire venue for one night on this field that's normally used for just like soccer tournaments and things like that and practices. So that's a lot of it too.
That's so cool. So we don't like have concerts in the UK because we don't do fun things in London. But yeah, like the level of like responsibility you guys have is crazy compared to what we do back home.
Yeah, we manage such a huge budget, which I don't know why they consistently trust us to do. So like I'm one of the directors of Spec Concerts now, but I'll be Spec president next year. And Spec as a whole has 9 branches, and which Max has been involved with a few of them.
God bless.
And we have total funding of $1 million for next year, which is across all of our committees, which is absolutely insane that they trust students to manage that much money. But we do it, I guess. It's fine.
So I'm with Maida, who's the president of SPEB, which is a club I've been on this year. and it's a branch of the IAA. Could you tell us what the IAA is, Maida?
Absolutely. So the IAA is the International Affairs Association, and it's comprised of a lot of branches. So there are 2 branches that put on Model UN conferences for high schoolers and college students. And there's one branch that does traveling, like travels to different conferences and competes in Model UN. And the last one is SPEV. So SPEV is the special events branch. So what we do is we just have we try to facilitate a community in the club by putting on events that everyone can come to, mostly social events.
It's lit. I'm here with Emily today.
What's that?
And we are ticketing.
Earth Gang, acrylics, $5.
That's the pitch. So this is for a club called Jazz and Groove, which basically organize student shows. So we've seen Smino and others that I can't remember.
Amine.
Sit here on Locust and sell tickets, which is what we're doing. We're like the slave laborers. And
it's raining.
And it's raining.
Getting down.
But it's gonna be a lit show, so I'm excited. I'll probably put some Snapchat videos in here because I don't want to bring my GoPro to image the kid.